All right, Cruz. My guest today is Cruz Guy. So, Cruz, if you have to describe yourself, would you describe yourself as Batman?
No, honestly, he's one of my personas, but I would describe myself as I want to say a regular guy who just got lucky and got lucky and got lucky, and just enjoys every moment of it.
So, you know what, man? I appreciate you coming over here to the show, making the drive, taking the time to come over here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you for having me, Sam. Again, this is it's exciting.
So, you were born in South Africa?
No, I was born in a country called Zambia. It's more South Central Africa.
Okay.
And then I lived there for about 8 years. Then my parents sent me to England for school because middle school wasn't good in Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did boarding school in Zimbabwe, which was an all boys boarding school. And then I finished off in South Africa. My family moved there with me for a while. And then we moved to Houston, Sugarland in 2000.
Okay. Now something's, I don't know, did you live in Canada for a little bit?
No. So my wife is from Canada.
Okay.
So, and it's my happy place.
It's your happy place.
There
So
you
you
go
to Canada just to with her family? And
I go there for family, and I just go there to relax. And it's just the small things about Canada that they're a bit more laid back, and they just take it easy.
So let's rewind this. Let's take it back. You were born in Zambia, went to school in England, then went to Zimbabwe, and then moved with the family to South Africa, to Sugarland, Texas.
Yep.
Boom, right there. Now you're in Houston.
Pretty much.
Where do you live at now?
I'm in the Galleria area. I love Houston. I mean, it's home for me now.
So we see you around. I've seen you a couple times in the Batman suit. Talk about that Batman suit for me.
Sure. So when I was in boarding school in Zimbabwe, I was the only brown kid at school. There was a lot of, because of the way Zimbabwe was, you've got the white kids, you got the black kids, and then just a skinny brown kid. So I used to get bullied a lot, and I used to get picked on a lot. And one day I ended up finding a Batman comic, and I read it. And I was thinking to myself, this guy took a negative and made it a positive. So at night, while everybody was sleeping, I would do push-ups, and I would actually steal their food so I could bulk up a bit. And I ended up understanding that bullies are just cowards. So I had to be strong on the inside, and I had to be very positive about anything that I did. And I ended up, beating them at their own game. And for me, Batman became a symbol of strength, a symbol of courage. He just showed me never to give up. And I always told myself that if I ever had the opportunity, I'd want to be Batman for people. I'd want to be that symbol for children mainly, because I know when you're young and you just have so much going on, it's already hard enough as it is. You just don't need that extra pressure and anxiety. So it's always good when you see a superhero come in and makes you feel so good. And it's always cool for a kid to say, I know Batman.
Yeah, that's definitely. Now, I know you're doing something on December 9th with Texas Children Cancer Center.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Thanks, Sam. One of the big things is I'm a big advocate for, like I said, just children. I mean, if I can do anything to help any child or put a smile on any child's face, it makes my day. So one thing I did is I got together with a few friends of mine. They've got an organization called Geo's Pet Warriors, and they actually get service dogs to go see children in cancer centers or visit children that are suffering and help them feel good. So what we've done is we're actually getting together on December 9th, and we're going to be taking unwrapped new books and new toys to the children at Texas Children's Cancer Center. But what I've done is I've contacted a lot of my friends, and these are working professionals such as yourself, Sam, and they're going to volunteer their time, dress up as superheroes, and come out there. And we're calling ourselves the Just Us League. And to me, it's a testament to, again, human nature. It just takes one act of kindness, and hopefully that will become contagious. And a lot of people will see that, if I take my time out of the day to go help someone less fortunate or someone that needs my help, it'll make a difference in their day. And again, that's Batman for me. He's someone that took time out of his day or whatever he's doing to go help people. So we hope that the kids are just going to have an amazing holiday season.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, it's an awesome thing you're doing. These kids definitely need, like an uplifting, some kind of boost. And I know you have 2 kids, right?
I do. I have a 10-year-old princess, and I have a 7-year-old monkey.
One boy, one girl.
One boy, one girl.
All right. So you say 7-year-old monkey. So I mean, he's climbing everywhere, doing crazy things.
He is something else. And funny thing is, he's a little Batman too. So.
I've seen that on your Instagram.
Yep.
Cruz, tell our listeners about you. What is how they find you on Instagram?
So basically, I'm Cruz826 on Instagram, and I promote wellness and health, and again, just try to be good to everybody and try to help anybody in any way that I can.
So if someone is listening to you, they want to see your Batman suit, they can go to CRUIZE826.
Yeah, CRUIZE826, and they can see all my shenanigans with my Batman and everybody else in Houston, whatever I've been doing and however else I've been working with people.
So what is 826? Your birthday?
No. Funny thing is 826 is my 8's my lucky number. I was born on 8th of August.
Okay.
And funny enough, when I went to boarding school, I started that in 1988. So it changed my life basically. And my laundry tag number in boarding school was 826. So wow. I always loved that number. And then whenever I see 826 on the watch, it just takes me back to some good places.
Oh, good. 8. So we have something in common. Your birthday is 8/8, August 8th, and my dad's was August 8th.
There you go.
So we share something over here.
I know. He's a great man.
So yeah, definitely Leo, huh?
Yes, sir.
And I got twins.
Oh,
They're
wow.
Leos, August 3rd.
You're in trouble.
I got my mom, who's a Leo. So I got a lot of Leos in my life.
Yep, you're surrounded by greatness.
Got one more right now with you.
Oh, there you go.
So tell me, so I've seen you, working out. You say you promote health and wellness. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, I mean, my background has always been, I've been involved in healthcare marketing for about 15 years. And over the time, I've got to know some really good people, and working with doctors. I've understood that how important healthcare is, especially for it's really amazing that I'm learning more about men's issues, and how a lot of men our age, 40 plus, are. I'm speaking for myself. I know Sam is like 26, but a lot of our
which Sam?
You. So at that point, I'm trying to just see what I can do to change things up in my lifestyle or in my workout habits or my eating habits to at least make things better. And so at least with that, I have the ability to go out to people I know and people I care about and say, you got to try this, you've got to do that. Like, I'm speaking to them from experience as rather just like telling them what to do. Mm-hmm. So it's been an amazing journey for me this year, and I've met some fantastic trainers. I've been to some really crazy facilities. And what's happened is my body, not only has my body changed, but my mind and I dare say it, but my soul has even become so open to a lot of different things. And it's taught me a lot about myself. I've lost a lot of anxiety and I've lost a lot of stress, which I really, really do appreciate.
So, I got a stressful job. You can imagine that, right?
Yeah.
You've worked in some high stressful jobs yourself. And I'm telling you, the day I don't work out or do something in the morning, man, I'm like, I wish I would have done something. The day I do, it's just the day goes by a little better, a little more smoother. Yep. I got a little more energy, and I enjoy running. I enjoy doing physical things, and I was just never that guy growing up. But as you get older, my goal is never to get a six pack or anything. It's just to stay fit and look okay, right? Good. And just to make sure that somehow, some way, live a healthy lifestyle so I can live a little longer.
No, the one thing that I remember got to me was I was tying my shoelace one day, and I was winded. I was breathing heavy, and at that point I said, I don't want to be that guy anymore. And I'll tell you this, Sam. I respect you. Every morning I wake up, I go work out, I feel like a gladiator. Yeah. My day is ready. I'm ready to fight the next battle. I'm ready to protect what I need to protect. And it's a great feeling.
So why do you think, how old are you, Cruz?
I'm 44.
So you're 44. Same, us men in 40s, why is it so important for us to work out or take care of ourselves, live a healthy lifestyle? Why do you think?
Just for the mere fact that you can add years to your life, just by changing a few things or tweaking a few things. And then the other thing is, just getting rid of the stress. You know how much problems stress causes on your body, on your mind, and then even that mere fact of anxiety, because you're anticipating the phone call, you're anticipating the meeting, so you've already built up so much anxiety in you, so you've tensed up your muscles. You're really beating up your body on the inside in so many ways, and then you're around the wrong people, because again, when we're in our stressful lifestyles, we end up being around toxic people who just keep on taking.
Mm-hmm.
But through working out or through at least meditation, I've learned to calm down that stress. I've learned to, mind that anxiety. I've learned to understand when I can say no. The problem with me and my lifestyle is I never used to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be very accommodating, but at a certain point, things were getting toxic. So I was able to pull back and say, you know what, that's not good for me, and I don't need to do that. And also in working out as much as I do, or being around, I'm around some of these trainers that are just inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
One of my trainers, Firdaus Khan, he trains James Harden, but apart from that, I mean, just the energy I get from him, it just makes me understand that I can keep on pushing or keep on fighting. Then I go to train with his brother, Taj Khan, and the same thing. The energy is just, it's infectious,
Mm-hmm.
and then I share that with people I care about, and they end up coming out and working with me.
Yeah, I've heard about Taj Khan. Yeah, who trains Harden? Is it Taj or Firdaus?
So Firdaus trains Harden, and Taj has also got some very exclusive members in his clientele.
Gotcha.
So I at first I was intimidated when I saw them, because these guys are training superstars,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm this 40-year-old guy. But
So when you work out, what is your goal?
my goal is I want to feel good. I want to feel like Batman.
Uh-huh.
To me that means I want to be strong. I want to be sharp. And I want to have the ability to just do things that my body can help me get to that level.
When you work out and you're healthy, I mean, it also gives you confidence.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know you're a confident man. A couple of years ago, I saw you, you emceed a gala that I was at. So I've seen you in action. But do you think now that you more active, have a healthy lifestyle, do you think your confidence has gone up than before?
Oh, it has. It definitely. I mean, I think one of the things that I attribute my confidence to is, again, being that kid scared of everybody, that it made me brave. It made me just become Batman and stand up and talk to people. And my thing is, I always want to put a smile on everyone's face.
So, Cruz, let me ask you a question. For people who are listening to you and don't know you, if you have to describe Cruz in your own words, how would you describe Cruz?
I would.
I mean, it can be, a leader. It can be, from an occupation. What would you describe? How would you describe yourself?
I would honestly just see myself as a positive connector, meaning someone who really has a good instinct on people and has the ability to now put those people in the right room and make sure good things happen out of it. Be it, through sales or through marketing or even through consulting. I think I have a very good intuition to sit down and make sure that the right people are there and can make it work. Obviously, there's going to be some times when things don't happen, but I think another one of my attributes is I'm very good at follow-up. I'm persistent, and I'm very, very, passionate about something I believe in. So once you have passion, I don't think anything can stop you. You know that, Sam. I mean, I'm sitting in this facility that you've created, and I'm like, this is like, it's a city. Sam has created a little city here, and
exclusive city.
an exclusive city. And everywhere you go, I mean, he's got so much potential for growth, and that's what I admire about Sam. Someone who's got vision. So I respect that, and I always
appreciate it, man.
admire
I
that.
appreciate
Thank you.
it. So tell me what are some of your goals, or what can we look forward, in Cruz's future? Like, what is coming up? Because I've seen you around in the city. I know last year or so you've been more on the social scene and going to places, connecting with people. What is some of the short-term goals?
But short-term goals, definitely. I do want to kick off with the Just Us League Houston. I want to really try and get more people together to understand that we can make a difference in a child's day or a child's life and do amazing things for these kids. So as long as we keep on, going in the right direction, helping the children or working with them any way we can, that would be my biggest goal. I want Houston to be known as the city that really cares. We've done so much. I mean, Sam, I know that you've done a lot for people with the floods, the hurricanes, and everything that we've been through. So that's the kind of city I want to live in, and that's the kind of city I'm proud of. And I know there's more of us out there. Call us all heroes, or in our own way. I really want to promote that. But apart from that, my goal is to really also promote good health, I guess, and wellness amongst a lot of people in this city, because again, we've got a great opportunity to just change things and change the way we are just by controlling what we eat, or controlling how we work out, or who we work out with. So with that in mind, I think we can be a really, really strong city, mind, body, and soul.
So let's talk about eat. Let's just say, where's a go-to place or a go-to restaurant for cruisers?
So you'll always find me at Bismillah Cafe. That's my he's my happy place for different reasons. I love Inam. He runs a great shift there, and he's again, like us. He's got vision. He's always innovating with what he does. And again, this is a guy that will go out of his way to help a family or a whole lot of people. And the food is always, it always hits a spot for me. So I know when I go there, it's like that old TV show, Cheers. You like to go somewhere where everybody knows your name. They're always glad you came. So I think for that fact alone, it's home.
So they know your name, so you're always there.
I'm always there.
So let's just say that's a casual setting.
Yep.
If you have to go to a formal setting, or a little more, I'll just say a little more formal. Where would you go?
I'm a Steak 48 guy.
You're a Steak 48 guy.
Yeah, they hit my Wagyu steak. And again, Inam, I thank you for teaching me how to order steak, but they hit it on the spot.
So I was talking to Charles Adam. I don't know if you know Charles Adams, or you do. So I was talking to him yesterday, and he does not like Steak 48.
Why?
He thinks it's too buttery.
Ooh.
I'm a steak. I like Steak 48, and I like Steak 48 for a mere reason that they know me.
Yeah.
I mean, so anytime, I can call them on a Saturday at 3:00, and I say I got a party of 10, and they got a table for me, right? So they'll accommodate me, and I like that a little more. Of course, you like to go to places where you're more welcome. You feel like, hey, whatever it is, I'm gonna take care of you.
Exactly.
And they got a good management team over there. I like the food over there. Honestly, I do.
Food's never let me down. And then they kill it with that dessert. If I get that red velvet bread pudding,
yeah,
I'm down. That's
so
it.
Charles said red velvet bread pudding yesterday too. But my best dessert over there is the corn brulee.
Oh yes,
dude, that corn brulee is so good.
I know.
Okay, like I will do I'll start with the shrimp. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it called? Crispy shrimp, right?
Yeah, crispy shrimp.
Crispy shrimp. And the shiitake
peppers. Yep.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's I start that every day. It's just I'm being redundant about it every time I go, but that's how I start.
Sam, you're making me hungry. Right there.
We got to go over there one day.
Please.
So tell me something. Steak 48.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sushi eater?
You know what? I was going to share an experience. I had probably some of the best sushi in Houston. It was actually two places. MF Sushi. I did the omakase style, sitting at the bar, and we had 27 pieces handmade and hand rolled in front of us. Amazing. And then I went to Kokoro, which is in downtown. It's new, and it's in one of the food halls, and it's so good.
So I tell you what, I'm gonna blow your mind.
Please.
The best sushi I've ever had. I like sushi. I've eaten sushi at a lot of places. I've never been to MF. Okay, or
you gotta go to Magic Fingers.
I gotta go over there. But there's a place in suburbs of Houston. There's one in Cypress, one in Richmond, right there by my store, right across the street from my store.
Okay.
This place is called Top Sushi.
Okay.
It's a small place. You can call it a dive. More, it's really not a dive, but it's not a big setting. It's a small 2,000 square feet restaurant. But I'm telling you, the rolls are on point.
Wow.
The sashimi is fresh.
Top sushi it is.
Top sushi. You got to go try it out.
I will. I will.
I mean, if you're ever in Sugarland, Cypress, or I think they even got one on Highway 6 in Missouri City.
Done.
So I think they have 3 places.
Done.
You know, matter of fact, we need to hook up one day. We'll go over there.
Please.
Yeah, we'll go over there. You know, I really don't do a lot of lunch, but I always do like dinner.
Okay.
So, you know, we can do an early dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, man, this Top Sushi is on point.
I got to check it.
You got to check it out. So you told me the short-term goals. What are some long-term goals?
Long-term goals is I do want to stay in Houston. I would love to continue working with wellness. Again, you know, it's something I'm passionate about. So initially, I mean, I'd love to work with some of these specialty trainers, specialty gyms that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
See if maybe we can expand on some ideas and do some different things with them. But I think that like a lot of people in Houston are moving towards the health and wellness aspect of their lifestyle. So it would be a good time to start looking into things and really working with a lot of people in that area. And because again of my expertise or my background in healthcare marketing, I think that it would also be interesting to see if we can get them to connect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now you've got personal trainers having open access to a doctor and actually talking to them about their patients or their clients' pain that, you know, that they can't seem to be, you know, get rid of, or it keeps on festering there every time they work out. So, you know, and you know, working with a lot of people who do these contests, these competitions, these strongman competitions, we have a lot in Houston. I didn't even know about. It's like a whole subculture. And once you get introduced to it, it's just like keeps on going. We also have some champion MMA fighters. We have some champion boxers. So again, you know, with them,
who are some of the champion MMA fighters?
So I met with Killer B. B Wen. She's actually in Thailand right now. She just had a fight there, and she does some training. But you know, again, amazing people. She's also a big advocate for you know, abusive women and what's been going on in that realm. So I
heard about that.
Yeah. So she's a great she spoke at Stanford and she's done some great things. I've met Colin Wright. He's a great fighter. Darwin Price, another great fighter. You know, the Charlo twins, I've met them at different gyms, but you know, like Houston's got a lot of these athletes, and we
got Derek Lewis.
Yeah, we haven't even gone into like the soccer aspect or the American football aspect. But again, you know, are these guys seeing the right doctors? Are they seeing the right physical therapists? Things like that.
I think you can make that happen with you know, you're dealing with a lot of doctors in your previous life.
Yeah, my previous life. There you go.
So is advocating health and wellness, I mean, is speaking in the future about that?
You know, I mean, I'm like, you know, I have a big mouth, so I have no problem. I have no problem talking about it, and because I'm passionate about it, I would love to sit down and you know, make something of it and really talk to people and have people actually come out there and explain some of the stuff that they go through. You know, sleeping issues, you know, TMJ issues, things like that. But I think a lot of people suffer because they're not doing it right. So imagine they had the ability or they had someone to guide them the right way, how good they would feel.
You know, sleeping is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a big issue. A lot of people don't understand about, and I mean, you know, because I suffer through it, and I mean, you know, so I know and I can relate to it. A lot of guys, they don't even know that they, you know, sleep apnea. That's a big thing. I mean, I suffer from sleep apnea, and I was one of those guys who, you know, for a long time did not want to put that mask, you know, the CPAP machine, because it's uncool.
It is uncomfortable as well. Yeah.
Well, it's really not uncomfortable if you wear it and you get used to it. It's really not uncomfortable. Yeah. But a lot of people think, first time you see it, you're like, oh, it's uncomfortable.
I know.
They got, you know, Darth Vader mask. but I mean, it's really not that bad. But a lot of people, I mean, I know about 5 or 6 friends that I've convinced to put that on, and they all swear by it now. And I mean, you know, once you put it on, but there's a lot of people who don't understand that if they're snoring, or because when there's smoke, there's fire. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, a lot of people need to know. I mean, you know, sleep is one thing, right? Not sleeping enough is another thing.
Oh, huge.
You know.
So I mean, not to cut you off, but I mean, one of the biggest problems is, you know, if you don't get a good night's sleep, It affects your work. It affects your relationships. It affects your health in so many ways. And then we've had cases of people dying because they don't get a good night's sleep.
Good night's sleep.
So yeah, it's a big issue. And one thing, I'm glad you addressed this, but Sam, like men's issues, nobody really addresses it because men don't want to talk about.
They don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
The problem is men really don't want to talk about it to their friends.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be in that court of public, opinion.
Yeah. It's scary. I mean, if you can't go to your friend and say, look, dude, I think I have erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. Or hey, Sam, I think my testosterone's down.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, they have so much stress building up about that, and then they're stressing about their jobs. They're stressing about, everything falls into that.
Right. And I mean, for a man, that can be very challenging and daunting. I mean, and us men, we need to learn how to talk, and we don't.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I mean, if I tell you I have an erect, ED, and all of a sudden I'm just scared of being picked on or made fun. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. I mean, just messing with my friends. I mean, and that's what us guys do. And the guy who's suffering from it really don't want to talk about it. And it's bad.
So imagine if we could go out there and help people who feel that. I mean, they'll have productive, healthy lifestyles.
Yeah. Tell me something. Is there something that you always wanted to be asked, like, while you're out, but nobody ever asked?
I guess it's really funny, and it's just nobody asked me how I'm doing. I don't know if that makes sense, but nobody ever looks at me and says, "How are you, Cruz?" Or, "Hey, what's going on?" It's more like I'll ask them, and then they'll go into their health. I'll say, "Okay, that's fine. Yeah, what can I do to help you?"
Yeah.
But no one will ever turn to me and say, "Hey, Cruz, how are you doing? What's going on with you?" And at that point, I guess I'll be honest and say, yeah, it's been good. I had a great workout today or whatever, but I don't think anybody's like stopped and done that. But I understand, life gets fast.
So with that note, let me ask you a question. How are you doing, Cruz?
Sam, I'm doing good. It's exciting.
How was the workout today?
Today was good.
So how many days you work out?
I try to do 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
And then sometimes I'll even do a 2 a day. I'll try and change it up.
Really?
I'll do a workout, and then I'll do a yoga. I'll do boxing. And then I'll go do Pilates. But I think my body's like shocked and like, what the hell are you doing? But I feel like when I sleep at night, Sam, I sleep like a log.
Yeah.
I get knocked out. And even the other thing I did, I really want to invite you. It's called Fire and Ice. There's this gym called Mechanics.
Oh, I saw that. Is that the one where you take that cold bath or something?
You get into the ice bucket.
Man, I got to do that.
Oh, it's so good. So Justin, the gentleman who runs it, he's very good. I mean, his gym, Mechanics, it's all resistance training. It's no weights. You're doing pull-ups and push-ups. So your body's really getting tested. Mm-hmm. Then you get into the ice bath. And it's really big now because it's for recovery and inflammation. It's huge. Yeah. Your body goes into shock, but it goes into like a fight or flight mode, and it starts trying to repair all the knots and everything that you've got going on. So you do 3 minutes in the ice bath, and then you do 15 minutes in a sauna. You do this for 3 rounds, and Sam, you sleep like a baby.
Really?
Like that night, your body's so exhausted, it just knocks you out. And then when you wake up, you feel so fresh. Your mind is thinking about new things. So Tony Robbins does it every morning.
Yeah, he does it every morning.
So it's just there's some kind of science behind these things that really do promote a lot of growth and progression in yourself.
Well, football players do it right after the game.
Yeah,
I mean, they have to, or some even do it after practice.
And I heard what's his name? Dennis Rodman is doing an ice bath challenge where he sits in the bath and interviews other athletes or actors.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And it's pretty intense.
So besides being asked, how are you? What is some of the other stuff that you wish someone would come out to you and ask you, like, hey, you know what? It can be anything. Sure. What is your favorite color? Something like that.
Yeah, no. I guess one thing I would like people to ask me is you get that sense that you make everything look so easy. Mm-hmm. Because you're just so used to it and you're working hard at it. I would like someone to ask me, how do you do it? How do you balance all this? How do you keep it together? you've gone through some bad stuff. You're still pushing, things like that. Like how do you hold it together? And I guess, that's one thing I always want to ask myself, or I ask people who I respect. You make it look so easy. Like you, Sam, today you walked me through this whole beautiful city of a warehouse, but it wasn't this easy like 2 years ago, right?
No.
Yeah. Even when you were just thinking about, in fact, 10 years ago, you had no concept that you would be here. So at that point, I want to say, like, how do you get past those challenges? How do you get past those roadblocks and just keep pushing? Even when people look at you and say, you're a clown, what are you doing, Sam? This is ridiculous. How does your mind, how does your body adjust to that and keep going?
What, you asking me?
I'm asking you. Yeah.
Well, he's asking me now.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be.
I got it.
You know what? Nothing can be easy, right? Nothing is easy. And I always believe in, like, you're gonna make bad decisions, and you're just gonna have to live with it. And everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fails in something, and life is not easy. Life is hard. You're gonna have to do, but there's always you gotta have a roadmap, right? So if you want to take your kids to Disney World and you're gonna get in the car, you're gonna have to know, okay, which freeway I'm gonna take, how to get there, and you gotta have some kind of plan. But at the end of the day, you just gotta get out there and work. And I was talking to somebody yesterday too, and I'm like, all this stuff about, hey, on Instagram and everything, be your own boss, don't build someone else's dream, and all that stuff is all good and well. But at the same time, some people need structure, some people need roadmaps, some people need discipline. So it's nothing is wrong with working for somebody, but the way I do it is like, okay, I wake up in the morning, and there are days that I feel like I fucked up. I mean, I just fucked around and didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, problems happen all the time. I'm dealing with several problems all the time, but it's just like how you keep your sanity. And like one of the ways for me is like, going and running. And I mean, sometimes people are like, how did you run 7 miles? And, wow. Just like, I feel like you got to do something that takes you away from, that all the problems. And it can be anything. It can be laying on the bed and looking at the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
It can be meditating. It can be just watching your kids play and run around in the park, or watching your kids do homework, or turning on Netflix and just dazing.
Yeah, the Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I mean, that's, not in that way. But, or going for a run and, going through that pain with your body. Going to the gym and doing, an hour of, a boxing workout, or Pilates, or whatever your, escape is. But everybody needs an escape, because problems are there, mm-hmm. and they're gonna be there tomorrow too. I promise you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they're not gonna go away. But you're just gonna have to. You gotta have a roadmap. Where am I at? How am I gonna do it? Where am I gonna be at in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years? I have to do it. I have to persevere through it, and it takes time. Okay, but and we know it's slow. Everything is slow, but nobody can say quitting. What you're doing because it's taking time is not going to speed it up. I mean, so. I mean, that's my answer. It's, you don't know that what's going to be in 10 years. You just got to have a roadmap. Where am I going to be in 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years? Have some benchmarks, follow up with it, go to work hard, work every day, escape, get out of the problems, and just continue doing it. Persevere.
That's perfect.
Does that answer?
That's perfect. I wouldn't have known that. Again, looking at you, what you've accomplished, and again, your relationships are key. You've worked really hard. You've got good people around you. So that's also a huge, what's it called? A huge testament to who you are as a person. And then of course, your ability to just keep on having that vision.
Now we know that in your previous life, your job was challenging. You're working several hours.
Yeah.
Right. What is your schedule looks like now?
So now,
because you're taking a step back.
Sure, I've taken a step back, and what I do is I spend time with the kids. Uh-huh. So in the mornings, I'll wake up, make breakfast, or just be with them for as much as I can. Drop them off at school. I'd go work out. So I'd be probably between 8 to about 9:30. I'd go to work out with Dose or someone else. And then after that, I just what's it called? I've been going to different restaurants, trying different nutritionists. Also, I've just been meeting different people who've been telling me about my diet, stuff like that. And then, weirdly enough, I'd just go pick up the kids at 3 and then just have a bit of a laid back time. I've been connecting a lot with a lot of the gyms and trainers outside. So I've traveled as far as Cyprus, right down to Richmond to go to some of the different gyms there. I was actually at a MMA gym up in Katy yesterday. So again, just trying these different things out. And also physical therapists. I've been during the day, I'll just meet some of them, talk to them about what they do and what their specialties are. This morning I met with a gentleman at a place called Fit Factor, and he does different kind of strength training. So he went through my shoulders with me. So I'm just like collecting
data, collecting information.
And then the other thing is, like, with my nonprofit organizations, we'll meet like later on in the evening. I've met with the Arthritis Foundation of Houston. I've met with a lot of different non-for-profits, chart and all that, and then just trying to see what I can do to help them or connect them to the right people.
So you work with the nonprofit, or do you? Did you form one?
I kind of work with different ones, meaning I'm affiliated with them, but I haven't formed mine yet. And I want to be very, I guess, fluid about the way I do mine. I don't want it to be structured, or I don't want there to be any kind of monies involved. I want it to be more of a organization that just has the ability to, again, help or serve in a supporting role.
So you said Geo's Pet Warriors. You're working with them.
Yeah, I'm working with Geo's Pet Warriors. I'm working with the Arthritis Foundation of Houston. I'm working with a foundation called Pennies for Education and Healthcare. We've been raising money for children in India, helping them build clinics, especially hospitals, and for their books and educational needs.
Have you ever been to India?
No, and I'm Indian, so that's. It's funny because my whole family was born in Africa. They were shipped down during the early 1900s.
So tell me, shipped down. What a lot of people don't know about that. So enlighten us.
There's a whole a story that people don't understand. But when England colonized India, England would then just pack up a lot of Indians on a ship and ship them down to their different colonies. That's how my great-great-grandparents ended up in Africa, where they were working on a sugarcane plantation.
Ship them as slaves?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And then they were able to break out and go to Zambia and then establish themselves over there. So there's a lot of Indians in Africa, and I speak an Indian language, and I also speak an African language.
So there's a lot of them in Zambia and Kenya,
Zambia, in Botswana and Zimbabwe, and a lot in South Africa.
Yeah. Big Indian population.
Huge.
And I mean, like even over here in Trinidad.
Yeah.
There's
same thing. Even in Jamaica.
In the islands, because those were colonies, British colonies, right? So that's where a lot of them were shipped at. So a lot of free time right now.
A lot of free time. I didn't want to say it like that. I don't want to sound like a bum, but yeah.
But that's good, Sometimes it's good, but because you better enjoy it while it's there.
Oh, right? Yeah. I'm taking full advantage of it. I do like the freedom and the ability to just not even answer my phone.
So, Cruz, you have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Right.
They're still very young.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing. You can spend a lot of time with them.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
What are some of the regrets that you have?
I think in my past life I didn't spend enough time with my family.
Yeah.
And it's spilled milk.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I do know I missed out on a lot, and there's nothing that'll bring it back. But I was also very passionate about what I did, and again, I had that mentality that I'm doing this for them.
Yeah.
We all sit back and you question yourself at like 2 a.m. why are you still at the office? Well, I'm doing this for them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you justify it like that.
Yeah. But again,
I'm guilty too.
Yeah. It just happened so fast, and I ended up missing ballet recitals. I ended up missing soccer games, and for that, I there's nothing that breaks my heart more than knowing I did that.
Yeah.
And I think my kids also just didn't even know me during that time, because even when I was home, I was on my phone.
Yeah.
I was looking at numbers, or I was calling people, and it's tough for kids to keep seeing that.
And this is something that is so common that us, a lot of men more than women. I mean, there's women who do that too, but a lot of men who do that. I mean, we justify, hey, we're doing it for the family, and then we don't even end up knowing our own family.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's it's in a spilled milk. You can't do nothing about it. You just can try to make up time. And I mean, I think about that all the time too. So
I thought I was just managing my time wrong, because everybody else I worked with, they had a good balance. They could see their children at lunch and things like that. I couldn't, because my position was I had to be in front of clients every day, meeting them during the day in their offices, and then in evenings I had to be out with them, having dinners and all that. Then after that, I would be closing out the day with my reports and everything. So it was a pretty long day for me. So by the time I got home, I was just spent.
So you said regret is where you missed a lot of family opportunity.
I did, yeah.
So if someone is listening to this and they're like, man, what should I do? What would you say?
I honestly, like it is easy to get caught up in the, I don't want to say rat race, but it's easy to get caught up in the whole, I'm doing this for my family, but honestly, you just really have to take a step back, and you can put in the work, but take a step back and really try to figure out a balance in your life. Mm-hmm. If you don't have that balance, then you've got to find a way to just keep everybody happy.
So you basically gonna tell me balance. So I mean, if my job is so demanding, and I mean I need a job because I mean my status, I mean the lifestyle I'm doing right now, the lifestyle my kids are used to has gone up a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, what do you say? Like at least give them a couple of hours, give them a day. What would you say?
I mean, even if you have to schedule it, you have to schedule it. Like literally, you have to shut your phone down, or you tell everybody in your office. And I respect people who do that.
Yeah.
That no, I've got lunch with my kids, or no, I'm actually going to be late for my son's soccer game or my daughter's recital.
Yeah. Take time to spend some time with them.
You do. You have to. And the funny thing is, the small things matter to them.
Yeah. When we get done, I think I'm going to call my kids and start scheduling, because my kids are now a little older.
Yeah.
So it's I'm gonna schedule some lunch times with them.
Oh, that's good.
And it's good because we have family dinner.
Yeah.
But I think one-on-one is so much greater.
Oh, I had the greatest conversation with my daughter last night before I put her to sleep. We talked about we just talked about different things in the holidays and what was important to her, and it made me realize that I wouldn't have known this if I didn't spend that extra time with her. And now I know that to make sure she's not in the situations, or she's not around family she doesn't want to be around, things like that. So it really helped. Is
there any stereotype that you battle in your common life?
I guess the one thing that I'm always going to be very, very sensitive to is just, I guess, racism. Because I grew up in Africa during the time of apartheid. And it was made very clear to me that I was a brown piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I was told by people smaller than me, or just because they were fair skinned, that I was a brown, piece of shit, and I wouldn't amount to anything. Mm-hmm. So now, and it still goes on, be it very passive aggressive, but there's still elements of it, and I really don't want it in my life, but when it does happen, it takes me back to that little 11-year-old boy, and I remember thinking, wow, I just wish we'd change all that.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
Tell me some people, like 3 top people that inspired you.
I guess, I mean, if I say like the one person that I really just would think that, wow, this guy is, he was he's my uncle in Zambia when I grew up with him. He had a perfect balance. He was a good guy. He worked hard. My dad had an auto parts mechanic shop, and my dad's a mechanic by trade, so he would work hard, and then he'd play hard. He'd have soccer after work, and we'd always be there. And he introduced me to great music, things like that. I mean, big George Michael fan, and the fashion and everything in those days. But I admired his balance. I admired his ability to just be very, very cool in tough situations, and when he needed to be aggressive, he was.
Your uncle.
Yeah, my uncle Shabir. So and
Your dad's brother.
yeah, my dad's brother. One of the best things was having him, and another one of my childhood heroes, his best friend, is a big Punjabi guy. So Punjabi guys are huge. He looked like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Big. His laugh was infectious. I mean, he could light up the room with his laugh, his personality. So imagine this big guy with this very strong English accent. He played rugby. I admire these people because they were full of life. They would walk in a room and they would make people look at them and say, wow, these are good guys. And then another person I look up to is actually, he's a friend of mine from Zambia. His name is Rahan Oza, and he's actually a shark on Shark Tank. We grew up in the same town.
He's a shark on Shark Tank.
Yeah,
is he? So he's in the show.
Yeah, he's in the show.
Really?
So we grew up in Zambia together, and whenever I see him, I'm just like so inspired. He was probably about 3 years older than me, but I remember seeing him as a kid, and he'd be wearing a blazer with a pocket square, and I was like, why is this kid wearing? But that just shows you he knew he was going to be big. He partnered with 50 Cent, and they sold vitamin water to Coke. He's doing something with Justin Timberlake. He's all about brand, and I really respect that. And he's done so well. And I love the fact that he always goes back to Zambia and he takes care of his family there. And he's always doing something for the community. So those would be three people that I really.
So where does he live at right now?
He's in LA and New York. So
in LA,
yeah, he's in the big life.
He's living with the big lights.
He is.
So what do you like about Houston?
Houston, the biggest thing I love about Houston is our cultural diversity. I love that we're a melting pot. I love that you can go to Hillcroft and you feel like you're in India, Pakistan. I love that you can go to Bel Air and you can feel like you're in a different part of the world. And I love that we can all work together and get together. And it's just that cultural diversity, and then the strength of Houston. I've been here through the hurricanes and the floods, and I've seen how everybody gets together and does something to help their neighbor. I always respect
that's
that.
always great for Houston, right?
Oh, I love it. I mean, you'd see people that you wouldn't expect getting out their rafts and going out there and helping a family.
Definitely,
so
yeah.
I always love that.
So tell me, if today was the last day on this earth for you, what are 3 things that you will tell your kids, or messages that you leave for your future generation, great kids?
Wow, I mean, that's I would. I mean, as cliched as it is, I would always want them to be kind and humble.
Love it.
You're not better than anybody. You're not stronger than anybody. You're not bigger than anybody. Everybody's got their own thing, and they're all trying to make it. So always be kind and humble. Treat yourself with respect. If you carry yourself with respect and keep your chest up, I think everybody's going to respect you, and everyone's going to know that you stand for something. I love it. And always love your family. Love it. Always. Never ever lose that in perspective. Family will always be there. Yeah, always. All right. So, and I see you're a family guy because I always see pictures of you on Instagram. Yep. Remember, it's Cruz 826, CRUIZE 826. Thank you, Sam. Love the 826. 3 things you would want to share with the world. I guess today's the last day on earth. 3 things you want to share, or 3 things it's your last day. Nobody will ever hear from you again. You want to share with the world that people will remember you by. I think one of the things is just take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, take it easy. Don't rush it. Don't overthink it. Don't make it so important when it isn't. Just take a deep breath and just take it easy. The other thing is be nice to the world. Stop abusing it. Stop just doing bad things. I mean, if you can hold on to that trash until you get home, hold on to it. Don't throw it out the window. And then the other thing is just really I guess again, it goes back to being humble and kind. Just be a good person. Be a good person. Be great, at what you do, but be good to people around you. Just don't beat people up because they're slow or they have anything wrong with them or they're just not there. But just the material stuff will come and go. You and I both know that.
Yeah.
You know, life is always going to be that poker table. One hand is good, next hand is bad.
Yeah.
But you just gotta keep going and just keep being nice.
Yeah. And those are some powerful words that you said, powerful advice. I mean, you know, be, and you know, that's one thing that I always say, be kind and be humble, because it's not how much money you have, it's who you are.
Oh yeah.
It's how you treat people.
Yeah.
Here, I'll share something with you. Like I was at this game the other day, and there's this guy who sits right next to me, but he has this brand of his business, and I'm like, oh man, I know that business. I'm excited to see this guy, and I'm like, oh man, how you doing? This guy looks back at me and he's like, I'm doing good. Come see us. And he turns back around, and I'm like,
wow.
Okay, douchebag.
I know.
You know, I'm like, and then so the guy sitting right next to me, he was like, this guy's not too nice. I'm like, it's okay, man. You know.
I know, but look what happened right there. He lost a world of business.
Yeah,
and he lost a good friend. I mean, you guys could have been.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like, to me, I always think about it, it's not how much money you have, how much wealth have you acquired, or what experience have you had, what kind of car you drive, and where do you live at. It's about who you are.
I know.
Bro, fucking smile. It's not going to cost you not a penny.
Yeah.
Shake the fucking hand.
I know. And it makes a huge difference. I mean, everybody around you, they see it. You'd be surprised who watches you.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be like in your warehouse, you know, you just doing one thing nice, your whole warehouse gets infected with it. And they say, man, my boss he's the shit.
Yeah.
So why am I being a dick to everybody when my boss, as busy as he is and as much as he's got going on, he can, you know, stand down and offer me a bottle of water.
I mean, it's just be nice to the world. And I loved it that you said be nice to everybody around you, because that's one of my mantras. Give me one mantra that you live by.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Love it, man. Thank you so much for coming over
Sam.
here. I appreciate you being over here today and at the Make Shit Happen podcast. And what do you think about the name Make Shit Happen?
You know, I'm gonna take a quick Instagram video because I love it, and I'm gonna get Sam on my Instagram. So again, please guys, Cruz 826, and let me get Sam on a video right now.
Hey, so
we're here with Make Shit Happen with my boy Sam.
Make Shit Happen podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to Make Shit Happen. Make shit happen.
Make shit happen, everybody.